So this video is going to talk to you about how to produce a report, which is question 44 and 45. So when you produce a report and it's saying things like show only the records where the model is microeco, that means you're asking a question of the database to find you specific information. Therefore, it should automatically trigger you to do a query. So here we are. We've got our little table here. The first thing we can do then is create a query. So we're going to create a query using Query Wizard. So there you go, and press OK, and it's going to ask you, well, what information are you going to get your query from? It's only going to be from the table J12. And what it's asking you here for is show only the records where the model is microeco. It says show only the fields VIN, model, power, engine size, price, color, location, sold with their labels in full, fits on a single page, has page orientation and landscape, etc., etc. The only things that we really need to work on in the query is show only these records and the cars that have not been sold. Pretty much everything else, I believe, here we can do within the report, so we don't need to do it in the query itself. So I'm only going to find the records where the model is microeco and the cars have not been sold, and then I'm going to go around into my report, and I'm then going to do these sorts of things here. Okay, so I've sort of looked at all these things and thought, right, I just need to do this. So let's have a look. We need model microeco and the cars not being sold. So as I said, I'm just going to choose all of these fields for now. I'm not going to mess around with selecting just a few that I need. I'm going to press next, and then I'm going to press next again, and it says what title do you want for your query. Well, I'm not going to do anything like that at the moment. I'm going to go to modify the query design, and I'm going to finish. So under model, I think I'm looking for microeco. So what I'm going to do is click on microeco here. Just make sure I get this right. If you don't get it right, it just means that it won't give you the information you want in your query. And then underneath, I'm going to be looking at the sold as yes, or is it no? Let me just double check that one. Has not been sold, so that would be no. So let's have a look. If I go home now and I go to view, hopefully that would go microeco, all of them, and the sold is no. There you can see. Alright, so I'm happy with that. What I'm going to be doing then, very, very simply, I've got my query there. I'm going to now create a report from that. Okay, so I go straight to create report, and it says, yes, you must save the query, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to save the query? Yes. And I say it J12 Motors query. Now, by creating a report like this, I can now simply do what I wanted to do originally, which was show only the fields VIN, model, power, engine size. So I need VIN, model, power, engine size. Here you would see the cut-off part of the page. We'll deal with that in a second. Price, color, location, and sold. So price, so I don't need engine size. So what I can do to engine size then is I can hit on that and just hit delete, and hopefully at some point that's going to delete everything for me. Boom, come on, it's quite fiddly. There you go. And delete that little bit as well, please. I'm not very good at this. Ooh. Yeah, okay, that's it. It's a bit fiddly, but you get there eventually, like I did. So price, color, location. Color I need, okay, fine. Location I don't need discount applied here. So what I can do here then is delete this one as well. Okay, eventually. I'm sure I'll get better at that at some point. I need location and sold. So location and sold. So I don't need date sold or salesperson. So the next thing I need to do once I've deleted everything is I need to move these across so they fit on one page. So that's quite easy using this little thing here. So let's just do that. That price isn't showing up because I haven't left enough room for it, so I need to do that better. And then power can come straight down, and hopefully it'll sit on one page in a second. Okay, so it's going to come onto one page now. Brilliant. Okay, so that's on one page. The other things I need to check then are, okay, fits on single page, I've got that, has a page orientation of landscape, so let's just try that. So I need to go to page setup and make sure it says landscape. Okay, so I've set that up hopefully now for landscape. Let's just check that. Yeah, it's on landscape, great. And then what I need to do next is sorts the data into ascending order of location and then ascending order of VIN. So what I need to do is I need to go and get that information. So I'm in layout view at the moment. So in layout view I can go to group, design and group and sort, and it asks me to add a sort. So I want to add a sort, and I want to sort by, come on, location. So let's select a field, so location, and then sort by VIN, and hopefully you will see that first of all it sorts by location and then sorts by VIN. So I've got my sorts sorted, as they say. Okay, so I've got that done. Great. Next, so to calculate how many micro ecos I need, so it says here has a number of cars for sales for the total. What I would do is I would go to database tools, design apparently, sorry, I would click on the column itself because we're adding these up, and it goes to count records there. And when I count the records, underneath there will be the counted records that I need. So I've just got a couple of things left to do now. So I've done sorting the data, I've calculated sales, has a label of number of cars for sale for the total. Right, okay, so I need to put a label there to go in just by here. So what I need to do for this is I need to go to view and I need to go to design view. And in design view I'm going to be putting a label in, and a label is what you have to use to put in your heading, if you like, for this bit, which says number of cars for sale. So I can copy that from there, hopefully, and into there, Control V. Okay, so if I now look at this, hopefully it's got me where I want to be. There you go, number of cars for sale 36. The next thing I need to do is include the heading list of micro cars for sale at the top of the page. So I'm going to have to go in, and here I can just change that, he says, possibly not. So what I do is then go to design view and I can change it there. So here we go, list of micro cars for sale, copy into my database, into my report, and then the last things I have to do is has your name, center number and candidate on the right hand in the footer. Okay, so again in the footer, name, candidate number and center number. This is the report footer. So what I can do to this is again put a label in, make sure it is a label, not a text box, and you can write in your name, candidate number, center number. Okay. So the last thing I need to do then is save and print this report. So if I go to save, sorry, that was a label, I probably missed that out just now. So let's go to view, got our report there, which is great. If I try and delete this, it'll ask me to save it. Okay, and I need to save it as, it doesn't say, so that's fine. Yep, J12's motors query. No, I don't like that actually. So what I'm going to do is go to home. Actually, I will save it as that and I'll change it in a minute because I haven't really thought about it. And look at reports.